You should make a video on me inside.
Just gonna wait for some people to get on here, and I got some updates I want to let you guys know of. Lots of stuff to talk about. This is excuse me, my first time going live here, so bear with me. Take you out to the where the podcast is filmed. It's out here. There's the infamous yellow bench. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is where the podcast takes place. It's kind of cool. It's different. I don't really know anyone else with a backdrop like that, but yeah, going for that homegrown aesthetic. Huge guest coming on here soon, very soon. I'm thinking, I don't know if it's gonna be this weekend or next weekend, but excuse me, right here we're gonna have a really big guest. Me and this person are gonna sit right here, and we're gonna hash it out for about a half an hour, and we're gonna make a podcast, another one. So that will be filming soon, maybe next week, maybe the week after. I'm not sure because Easter's coming. But this is the set right here. I'm going to show you guys, if anyone's watching. That is the Yellow Bench podcast set. It's outdoors, and it's cool. It's a different take on a podcast, but I think it's going to be successful. I already penciled in a couple really big names, so yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the whole thing. So that's the Yellow Bench podcast, which is coming up really soon. The first episode is already filmed. Me and my sister filmed it right here a couple days ago. And that is the set for the Yellow Bench podcast right here. It's pretty cool. I spit lots of gems, lots of game, lots of free game for anyone that's being an up and comer, like in the YouTube space. Any kind of stuff like that. Actually, I got lots of good little nuggets in there for your brain. This is where the inspiration came from for the name for Yellow Bench podcast, because I just seen the bench and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up a set out here. This is where we'll do the podcasting, and I set it up, and we filmed it 2 angles, 2 different cameras, and I'm currently editing it, but I've just had to take a break from it because it's the longest video I've ever had to edit. It's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes long. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. It's a big podcast. It's the first one for me ever, and I'm happy to have my sister help me with it. Very happy about that. And pretty soon we're gonna have a really big name on that bench right there with me. Huge interview coming. I don't know if anyone can guess, but if you can guess who it is, I'll give you $10. Unless the podcast blows up and I make a bunch of money off it, then I'll hook you up proper. But I got 1 viewer on my first live. Probably my mother. I can't see chat. If anybody's on, if you want to chat, join the chat, just chime in and say something so I can see. I don't know how it works, but I don't know what any of this stuff does, actually. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if anyone who can see this, but one person watching. I'll try sharing it and see if that works. So yeah, I just shared it on Facebook, see if anybody joins it. I'm just doing this to test the waters, man. I don't know if anyone's really gonna watch it. I don't know if it's gonna benefit me at all, but at least I can show you guys the set. Excuse me, for the Yellow Bench podcast, which is really something really cool that I thought about making, and I just did it. And like I said, here's the Yellow Bench, but I think I might change the location of the set. But I'm gonna keep it like the same kind of style. I don't know, I might keep it like this. It's pretty cool. But this is where the podcast is going to take place. I already explained this in the first part of the video, but it's live, so if anybody new is joining in, yeah. And it's so simple. I call it Yellow Bench Podcast because the bench is yellow. There's no other reason. There's no hidden gimmicks or agendas, or it's just that's why. But yeah, I decided to go live and let people know there's a huge podcast coming. I already got my buddy Scotty. He's going to be on here talking about his skateboard company. That's a pretty big deal here on the Rock. But I got another guy, and then I got another guy from the States. I'm gonna have to get on a Zoom call with him, unless he can come back to Canada. But I won't say his name right now, but he's kind of a pretty big deal too. So, Yellow Bench podcast coming soon. First episode is done, and I have a huge artist that I'm bringing on. Massive name. It's finalized and confirmed. Now I just got to write the interview that we're gonna do, and he's gonna be right there with me. And it's gonna be a great time, and it's gonna be some great content for sure. And I think when you guys see who this is, a couple of you guys know already because I told you, but I didn't tell too many people. Just a couple of people that are close to me. So if you're watching this, the person that I told, don't tell anyone. I only told like 3 people, so. And it's a pretty big deal. I don't know. I think a lot of other people, I know the guy, but a lot of people don't, but they know who he is because of what he does. And I think a lot of people, when they see it, they're going to be really surprised that I have him on my show because they don't really know that I know this guy. But I finalized today, and he's going to be sitting right there on that bench with me. And if anybody got an idea or thinks they know who it is, you can list it and say it in the comments. And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell anybody until it drops. But he's going to be right there on that bench in the next week or two, and it's quite a big deal to me. But it's not as big a deal to me than what it is to some of my friends around here that just know this guy through what he does, right? So. Like I said, I'm not going to give too much away. If anyone wants to take a guess, you can more than welcome to leave a guess in the comments. I'll check the comments later unless they pop up here. I've never done live on YouTube before, so I'm going to try to run this for 15 minutes and see what happens. Just showing you guys around, showing you guys the set for the Yellow Bench podcast, and the name came from, well, take a guess. It's because the bench is yellow. I strategically placed this stuff here, you know, and it's really nice. It looks really cool in the daytime. It looks really cool right now with the way the lights shine through the woods, but if I had lights set up, I could probably do a podcast in the dark like this, just a couple lights, incandescent, maybe like candlelight style. But yeah, that guy's gonna be right there on this bench with me. Me and my sister filmed the first podcast yesterday, and it's a lot of editing. It's a half an hour long, so there's a lot of editing. Not a lot of editing, but like there's 2 different cameras, so I'm basically going back and forth from frame to frame. And she asked me 21 questions, and yeah, I came up with the name Yellow Bench Podcast because the bench is actually yellow, and it was sitting there, and I thought, what a great idea. It's only going to be me and someone else, whoever's on the podcast, because I'll be interviewing whoever's on the podcast. But we did a little bit different yesterday because my sister actually interviewed me, and it's about how Endless Bay came to life, what it means, where it's going, how I got there. It's pretty interesting. So if anyone's wondering, like, because I do, it's not big, it's not really grown massively yet. Like, it's not, but it has taken off to the point where I'm at like 4 million views on the channel now, which is kind of a big deal to me, anyways. I never would have thought that in a million years. So, to have known that like 4 million people, or 4 million people have watched it, or maybe even at least 2 million, I'll watch it twice or something, right? But like, it's kind of a big deal. So I've been making content. I've been going hard, losing sleep over it because I really want to get this off the ground. And now this yellow bench right here is going to be probably something that's going to really change my channel forever. So like I said, if anyone's just tuned in now, there's a big name coming on here. Maybe in a week or two, maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend, we'll see. But there's going to be 2 or 3 new podcasts filmed here. We did the first one last night, or yesterday, I think. Is that door open? No. We did it the other night, or the other day, and sorry. And it's a lot of editing. It's half an hour long, so. Okay. Yeah. We out here, man. This place is pretty cool. Can't wait till this really takes off, I can tell you that. Pretty stoked. But yeah, I'm out here, man. We're sitting at like, I don't know, 2, 3 degrees maybe. Yeah. If anyone that's just tuning in, I'm going to go back over here now and I'll show you guys this yellow bench again. And I'll turn the flash on so you can see a little better. Here we go. I think it looks better with the flash off, but that's where it all goes down. Wouldn't hurt me to give it a scrub and maybe some more yellow paint. But this is it, man. It's kind of chilly. But it's getting better out. It's getting nicer. The summer's almost here. Got some huge names coming. I'm very stoked with the news I got today because I got someone really special coming to sit on this bench with me. I don't know. I'm going to keep all of the interviews 21 questions. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Anything you guys want to see? Any kind of special questions you want to ask these guys? Because, like I said, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you'll know. As soon as it drops, you'll know because the name is going to be in the title. And it's kind of a big deal, so. But anyways, I'm about to go. And you guys have a good night. Actually, I'm going to run this to 15 minutes, so. This is the yellow bench, man. This is where all the cool shit's going to happen for Endless Bay going forward with the Yellow Bench podcast. I don't know if I should call it it is going to be a podcast because I got mics and stuff, lavalier mics, and I got like, it's going to be written scripts or questions, like actual interview questions and stuff, and real uncut, unfiltered responses. And like I said, the person I got coming on here, there's a couple really cool people I got coming on here, but one of the big names that is coming on here is, you guys aren't going to believe who I got coming on here, man. Like, if you got any guesses, leave them in the comments, like I said. But you're not going to believe who I have coming on this yellow bench right here. They're going to sit here with me, and I'm going to ask them a bunch of questions. I'm not sure if I'm going to do every episode 21 questions, but like I said, if you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to check. And I will definitely take them into consideration going forward. So this is the set right here. This is where me and my sister sat yesterday, day before yesterday, and recorded the podcast, the very first Yellow Bench podcast. And like I said, if you're just tuning in, it's a Yellow Bench podcast because it's just a yellow bench that my mom had here, and I just decided to name the podcast the Yellow Bench Podcast. Here, I'll show you. See? There's the table. There's the questions. I didn't even take them in yet. I should take them in, I guess. That's the questions from the first interview. I should take this stuff in. But yeah. Yellow Bench Podcast. First episode's been recorded, and it's cool, man. A lot of cool shit going on. Feeling pretty lucky, actually, to be able to do this. Hope everybody has a good night, and yeah, watch this. Listen to what I got to say. There's some real cool shit happening with Endless Bay, and the Yellow Bench Podcast. The first episode's recorded. I just got to do some minor editing on it. It's half an hour long. I've been at it now for about 2 or 3 hours, and I've got about 2 minutes of the whole thing edited. So it just tells you there's a lot of shit goes into it. A lot of planning, a lot of writing, a lot of filming, and a lot of editing. Not really with the podcast stuff. There's not much editing because I'm going to try to keep it as raw and uncut as possible. Because that's, I think, what people are wanting these days. They want some real people and real conversation. So that's why I kept it simple, kept it outdoors. Nice little background. Little Blair Witch action going on there. It looks nice in the daytime, but anyways, this is Dust and Dirt, and this has been Endless Bay. And oh wow, I got 6 more people. You guys want to see the Yellow Bench? Drop where you're from in the comments. I want to know where people are viewing from. This is where the Yellow Bench Podcast is filmed at, right here. Boom. Pretty cool. And I'm not going to do too much to it. I'm going to keep it simple. Maybe next time I'll turn the lights on though. Just to have a little bit extra, make it a little extra cool, right? But that's the only reason, because the bench is yellow, and I thought it's cool because people name their podcasts some pretty stupid stuff. So I don't know. It's cool. It's a yellow bench. 2 people sit on it. One person asks the other person questions, and the other person answers as honestly as they can. And it makes for great content. And it's my first ever time trying to do a podcast, so it's kind of different than your average podcast where people are sitting inside at a desk with microphones in their faces. There is microphones, but they're lavalier mics. They clip to your clothing or your hat or whatever. And like I said, there's a script. Not really a script, usually just questions. There's no real script, but then, you know, I'll be interviewing this person that I'm talking about, but you guys have no clue who it is. But when it drops, you're going to know, and everyone's going to be like, holy shit, how did this happen? It's that big of a deal. I think so anyways. And there's a couple more people that are coming on here too that are kind of a big deal in herself, in their own right. But yeah, this is the Endless Bay Yellow Bench Podcast. Going to be coming live real soon, and hope everyone has a great night. And I went from, I was going to do 15 minutes, and I'm at 20 minutes right now. So yeah, nice talking with everybody, and inside. Stay tuned. The Yellow Bench Podcast is coming, and I got a bunch of new content dropping on the channel. So yeah.